So the goal when we set out on this feature was to build some tools for our admins, and that includes a couple of folks on the Revenova side, but especially all of the amazing admins that we have throughout our Revenova customer base who are always asking for additional tools, especially in the quoting process. So what we did was we built two LWCs, the API quote log and the load match test, that do a few different things as it relates to quoting in the system, in the FQA, and helps you to log those quotes so you can debug and self-serve without having to reach out to our team to try to identify potential missing quotes. This is a feature that is really near and dear to those of us who are so close to the quoting process, and again, that's our amazing admins that we work with on the product team quite a bit. It is a process that involves a ton of data going back and forth, right? And like you said, it's happening hundreds of thousands of times every single day. And there are times where in all of that data exchange, it can be a little hard to decipher what exactly I'm looking at in terms of the quotes I got from my API partner or the rate entry that matched to my load. So to put it simply, this is a simple to use, easy to understand data table that communicates exactly what you're seeing or what you're not seeing and why not. It's not quite a flashy, big feature that everybody will be excited about, but those who are in the weeds of the quoting process will be jumping for joy at this because, again, I think it makes what is otherwise a really complex and hard to understand process behind the scenes really straightforward and right in front of you. I think in the short term, it's going to have a lot of real immediate benefits for our customers. And I think the main thing we're trying to accomplish here is almost to sort of provide a how-to pamphlet, right? A little how-to book with our documentation and these new components. The goal is that you'll look at what shows up in the table and tells you, here's what's wrong. You'll go to our documentation where we have a really clear article that says, is this what it's telling you what's wrong? And then right next to it is the solution. It's a really easy how-to self-serve guide to setting up quoting in your system because, again, that's sort of the core of it all. You want to make sure you're getting the best quotes, the best rates for your loads because it's something you do all day, every day. The component, I think, solves or produces a really simple three-step process. Step one, I'm missing a quote. I'm expecting to hear back from Liam's Trucking via API and I didn't get a response from them. What's going on? Step two, enable one of these quote logging components depending on whether you're doing API or internal Revenova stored rates. And then step three, the response from that LWC is going to give you clear next steps on how to resolve that issue so that you are completely empowered to troubleshoot issues that might have always been a little complex in the past. Revenova admins of the world, you now have a set of tools on the load that debug or log the entire quoting process. So as you pull in quotes, whether it's via API from outside the system or from our stored rates in the system, you'll understand where they're coming from and why the quotes have showed up or not showed up. And again, the message you see, if there is a reason why you're missing a quote, is going to tell you exactly where to go to fix it. So it's going to be a much simpler process and hopefully a quality of life feature that most people really can enjoy.